If I told you the secret to success could fit into just 2 words, would you believe me? 2 words that decide if your day moves you forward or leaves you exactly where you started. I came to Corfu for the sunlight bouncing off pastel walls, for the smell of coffee drifting through the cantunia, for the sound of brass weaving through footsteps. This place has its own rhythm, one you feel in your chest. But I didn't expect to find a life lesson here. Not from a book, not from a TED Talk, from 2 brothers, twins, Spiros and Yanis. They don't talk about productivity, they don't track habits or read self-help blogs. They play music every day. And in doing so, they've mastered something most of us lose in the noise of modern life. They've learned to keep their ears tuned to the signal and let the noise fade away. Two words, signal, the 1 or 2 things you must do today to move your craft forward. Noise, everything else. It sounds simple, but it's not, because noise wears disguises. It calls itself urgent, it calls itself important. It slips in through notifications, quick calls, and emails that start with just following up. Most of us spend our days letting the noise set the tempo. Spiros and Yanis, they start with a signal, always. Coffee, trumpets, that's it. No inbox, no errands, no scrolling. They tune, they breathe, they play. Every note is deliberate, every pause intentional. They polish their instruments not because they have to, but because it's part of the craft. That polishing, that signal. The kind of repetition no one uploads, but everyone hears in the performance. Phones face down, screens dark. The only interruptions are the clicks of a metronome, the rhythm of breath. I think about my own days. When I'm shooting, editing, writing, those are my signals. But somewhere between breakfast and lunch, distractions sneak in. Just one reply, just one file to organize. They pile up like static until the melody I started in the morning is drowned out. The twins don't let that happen. They protect the space where signal lives. And here's what makes it work. It's not about working every waking hour. It's about getting the ratio right. 80% of their energy goes into the 20% of things that make them better musicians. Everything else, small talk, errands, the background hum of life, stays in the background. It's the same principle Steve Jobs lived by, but here it's played out in the echo of trumpets through old stone streets. Corfu town is full of noise, the clink of coffee cups in Liston Square, scooters weaving between tourists, laughter from balconies, beautiful but loud. Noise isn't bad, it's life. The trick is choosing which sound you lean into. Spiros told me without realizing how profound it was. If we practice in the morning, the whole day feels in tune. That's it. Pick your signal early, guard it until it's done. Soon, they're in uniform. White gloves, brass buttons, polished metal catching the light. The air changes. The street knows something's about to happen. When the band begins to play, there's no gap between musician and music. For a few minutes, the whole city sings to their tempo. Conversation stop, pigeons pause mid-air. This is what happens when the signal takes over. I watch them and think about my own signals for tomorrow. 2 things, that's all. The rest can wait. Because when you finish the signal, the noise becomes something else. It's no longer a distraction, it's a reward. You can wander without checking the clock. Sit by the sea without guilt. Signals change. The music you play in your 20s may not be the music you play in your 40s, but noise is eternal. It's always there, waiting to take up space. The skill isn't in killing the noise, you can't. It's in adjusting the volume. Some days you turn it down, some days you let it play in the background, but you never mistake it for the signal. Tomorrow, Spiros and Yannis will pick up their trumpets again. Tomorrow, I'll pick up my camera. 2 words, signal, noise. Write yours before breakfast. Protect them until they're done. Then, and only then, let the sea take the rest. Back in Athens, make sure you watch this film next, where I show you my full workflow of how I take my pictures from camera to frame prints and hang them in a museum. Alright, cheers guys, bye! Ta-ta!